Welcome to another episode of Bent Not Broken. Heartbreak and trauma may feel like the end of your story, but here it's the beginning of a bold new chapter. I'm your host, Coach Deborah Griffiths, and this is the space where women rise, rebuild, and rediscover their purpose. Remember this truth: you are bent, not broken. Welcome back to another episode of Bent Not Broken. I'm Coach Deborah, and today we're diving deeper into some of the powerful truths from my recent conversation with Kerry Brett. Kerry is a master photographer, a dating strategist, and the author of Shot at Love. Kerry's story really struck a chord with me because it's just not about dating, it's about rediscovering your worth after heartbreak, disappointment, or even betrayal. Whether you're rebuilding after a divorce, healing from a toxic relationship, or learning to trust yourself again, today's bonus coaching session is all about reclaiming your power and creating a life and love that feels safe, authentic, and aligned. Here's tip number 1: rebuild from the inside out. Healing begins when you stop asking, "What's wrong with me?" and start saying, "What's right within me?" Confidence doesn't magically appear. It's built in the small, consistent choices you make every day. And as Kerry shared, she hit rock bottom emotionally and financially, yet used that as a springboard for growth. She rebuilt her confidence one step at a time by showing up for herself, believing she deserved more, and following through with action. So here's your challenge this week. Affirm this daily: I am worthy of love that reflects who I've become, not who I used to be. And then ask yourself, what one action can I take today that honors my worth? It might be saying no to something that drains you, setting a new boundary, or simply taking quiet time to rest and reset. Tip number 2: stop ignoring red flags. One of my favorite takeaways from Kerry's story was this: people reveal who they are within 90 seconds. Yet, how often do we talk ourselves out of what we know to be true? I know I did. I ignored my gut on my wedding day. I told myself it was just nerves. But our intuition, that quiet voice inside, is never wrong. It's your internal compass trying to keep you safe. So here's what I want you to reflect on. Where in your life have you ignored your gut because you didn't want to face your truth? It's okay. We've all been there. The goal isn't to shame yourself, it's to start listening sooner. Because when you honor your intuition, you protect your peace. And peace is priceless. Tip number 3: bank on yourself. Carrie's bank on yourself philosophy really resonated with me. When she went through her divorce, she was left with debt and uncertainty. But instead of giving up, she invested in her own creativity and resilience. And that changed everything. Here's the truth: when you stop waiting for someone else to save you, you unlock your own freedom. Financial independence, emotional stability, spiritual grounding, these are all forms of wealth. So this week, make a list of your personal assets, not just material ones, but your inner ones: your courage, your compassion, your creativity, and your capacity to begin again. When you start seeing yourself as valuable, you'll make choices that reflect your worth in relationships, in finances, in every area of your life. Heartbreak doesn't have to be the end of your story. It can be the moment you rise into your truth. And like Kerry said, real love starts when you stop trying to be rescued and instead become your own hero. So I want to leave you with this question. What does loving yourself look like today? Not someday, not when everything is perfect, but right now, in the middle of your becoming. You are not broken. You are becoming bold. If this message resonated with you, share this episode with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, you can listen to Kerry's full interview on the Bent Not Broken podcast. It's an episode filled with wisdom, laughter, and truth about rediscovering love after loss. Follow me on social media for more coaching insights. And if you're ready to start your own healing journey, you can book a free clarity call with me at brokentoboldness.com or through my Calendly link in the show notes. And until next time, I'm Coach Deborah, reminding you that your healing is your power and your story isn't over yet. Thank you for listening to today's episode of Bent, Not Broken. I hope that this episode reminded you that even through life's toughest moments, you are bent, not broken. If this message inspired you, please share, rate, review, and subscribe, as it helps us reach more women who are ready to rise and rebuild. And until next time, keep living bold and walking in your purpose.